Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2k16 Universe Mode. My name is BrendenPlayz, and here is our Monday Night Raw General Manager. His name is The Rock, and he has another bragging rights announcement to make. And after some controversial words being said by Smackdown General Manager Edge on the recent episode of Smackdown, The Rock is here tonight to respond to those words. And of course, we heard about the 6-man tag team match that will take place at Bragging Rights. What a match that will be. Will we find out The Rock's team tonight? We don't know. We know SmackDown is currently in the process of assembling a team. Del Rio, who returned to SmackDown, and John Cena will be on that team. There is plenty of great talent here on Raw and plenty for The Rock to choose from. But who will he pick? We could be about to find out. So let's go check in with The Rock and see what exactly his announcement is about Bragging Rights. So I had one of my associates watch last week's SmackDown for me, because why would I waste my time watching that pathetic show? I mean, come on, SmackDown, really? Why would I want to watch that show when I could be watching Monday Night Raw? So yes, I know what Edge said about me. I know he said I'm not capable of running a show. I know he said I'm not good enough to be the Monday Night Raw General Manager, and under Bragging Rights, I will probably lose. Well, Edge, here's the thing. SmackDown, you can run your mouth, you can gloat, you can be cocky, you can be arrogant all you want. But the fact of the matter is, things are different now. I'm in charge. This is my show, and I have the most superior talent. I have the best up-and-coming stars in the world. I have it all right here on Raw. So Edge, you can run your mouth all you want, but how about this, Edge? I invited you here tonight because I wanted to tell you face to face, eye to eye, man to man, that I challenge you to a match. I want to see you put your money where your mouth is. I want you and me to go one-on-one. You get to go one-on-one with the great one at Bragging Rights. In a Bragging Rights contest match, the winner earns a point for their brands. So how about it, Edge? What's it gonna be?
Well, here comes our SmackDown General Manager. The Rated R Superstar was invited here tonight by our Raw General Manager, The Rock. And after making some controversial statements on SmackDown, he's now going to have to face the music. The Rock right in front of him. Edge will have to meet his maker. Well, at least The Rock gave him some pyro tonight. At least he paid for that. Good guy, Rock, after all.
So you want a match, huh, Rock? You can't handle the fact that I said a few things about you. You're all upset, huh? Well, lucky for you, I only have a couple matches left in my body. But I'm willing to use up one of those matches at Bragging Rights because that's how much SmackDown means to me. You see, ever since I became the SmackDown General Manager, SmackDown has been doing great things time and time again. We've been winning every single occasion, whether it be Bragging Rights, whether it be WrestleMania, whether it be Royal Rumbles, whether it be main eventing, pay-per-views. SmackDown is winning it all right now. Monday Night Raw is falling further and further behind, and this is your last chance, Rock. If you don't win, your career is all but over, because we know you cannot beat Dolph Ziggler. He kicked your ass at WrestleMania, Rock. He beat you so bad that you were so embarrassed that you've been trying to make his life a living hell just to make your ego satisfied. We all know that you're not the man you used to be. That's why you retired as an in-ring competitor, because you're no longer the man. You're no longer good enough to step in this ring and win championships. So that's why you're trying to be a tough guy with all the power you have, but we all know you're just a little man hiding behind a suit. Well, hold on a second. The Rock has snapped. The Rock has snapped, and now he's coming after Edge. Well, the match is official, so The Rock is officially allowed to assault Edge, I suppose you can say. And there's the rock bottom to Edge. The SmackDown General Manager has been laid out. Wow. Well, Edge has officially signed on to be an in-ring competitor for this match, so it's all legal. And this is The Rock's yard. There's no backup for Edge. There's no other SmackDown superstars here. It's The Rock and Monday Night Raw, and Edge is all alone. The Rock had this plan all along, you would assume. He knew Edge would talk some trash. He knew Edge would provoke him, and he knew he would be all alone here on Raw, and he could do whatever the hell he wanted to him. Well, there you go. Edge getting beaten up there by the steel chair. And now The Rock might be looking for one more icing on the cake. One more message to send to the Smackdown GM. Another rock bottom. Here it is again. Well, what a statement made by The Rock. Edge and The Rock, it is official for Bragging Rights. It will be a part of the Bragging Rights competition. The Rock is fighting for his job at Bragging Rights, and he will come up against Edge one-on-one to try and keep his job as the Monday Night Raw General Manager. Well, what a statement made by The Rock. Well, absolutely incredible scenes that we just witnessed. The Rock and Edge, not only is this surprising that these two guys are going to have a match, but The Rock officially laying out Edge and getting the upper hand early on. Tonight on Raw, ladies and gentlemen, it will be Cesaro going up against Rhyno one-on-one. Kane will go up against Chris Jericho one-on-one. The Bella Twins are in action. They come up against Naomi and Tamina in tag team action. More tag team action here as the Primetime Players will verse the Perfect Truth, Curtis Axel and R-Truth, of course. Roman Reigns goes one-on-one with Sami Zayn. Paul Heyman will be joining Reigns in his corner, of course. And Seth Rollins goes one-on-one with Dean Ambrose in our main event. What a match that will be. Chris Jericho picks up the win over Kane in singles action. The Bella Twins versus Naomi and Tamina. It is the Bella Twins picking up another victory. So here we go with the other tag team matchup. Primetime Playz picking up another win. Important victory for those two guys as they try and turn their recent woes around. Roman Reigns picks up the win. Let's go check out our Cesaro versus Rhyno match. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here comes the Swiss Superman. One half of the former tag team champions with Tyson Kidd. And Cesaro in recent times has broken away as a singles competitor, trying to get himself in that United States Championship contention, as of course Rusev is our current champion. And now that Dolph Ziggler's out of the picture, we are looking for the next contender for Rusev's championship. Of course, Dolph Ziggler is out with an injury at the moment. He won't be back until Bragging Rights, well, perhaps after Bragging Rights. So Cesaro right now has a real chance here to come up against Rhyno, who has just returned in recent times and had his first matchup last week since returning, and it was a victory over Bad News Barrett. Very impressive win indeed. So Rhyno is back in full force, looking very good. So Cesaro, if he can pick up a win here tonight, that will shoot him right up the rankings and perhaps the next man in line for Rusev's United States Championship. What a victory that would be for Cesaro. And here comes his opponent, the Man Beast. The man who has utilized the gore to be the move that has picked him up so many great victories in his career. And now he's looking to do it once again, this time on Cesaro, but perhaps in the future to our US champion Rusev. It is Rhyno, and tonight Rhyno, the Man Beast, comes up against the Swiss Superman in a matchup that is going to be pretty epic. I mean, two very strong men going up against each other. It'll be one very interesting matchup indeed, and we'll see how this one kind of plays out. But Rhyno, one-on-one here tonight against Cesaro, and you would have to assume if he can pick up the win over Cesaro, he will be Rusev's next contender. No doubt about that one, with another impressive victory, of course, against Barrett last week. That should seal the deal. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Cesaro and Rhyno one-on-one. This one is underway. And straight away, Rhyno has a hold of Cesaro, throws him over the top rope. So we don't know who's going to be on Team Raw yet. Perhaps The Rock may turn towards Cesaro or Rhyno just quite yet. We don't know what Rusev will be doing. Oh, German suplex to the outside there by Cesaro. Well executed there by the Swiss Superman. And taken down now. So we don't know what exactly is going to be happening there, whether or not Rusev will defend the US Championship at Bragging Rights as well. We're not quite sure what's going on there. Not many things have been kind of confirmed yet. I think everybody, all our GMs are just so focused about Bragging Rights right now that they're trying to assemble these teams together. They're trying to get the best possible superstars they can to compete on this Bragging Rights competition, because obviously now The Rock's job's on the line. Edge, he wants to get the upper hand over The Rock. He does not like The Rock right now. I can tell you that. I think he's in the back right now. We're trying to recover after the beatdown that he suffered. So he's going to want to beat The Rock. So I think both brands are going to bring their A-teams, no doubt, for Bragging Rights. So certainly a guy like Rhyno or Cesaro could be absolutely crucial for Monday Night Raw. I mean, these two guys can do it. They are very, very good singles competitors. But not only that, Cesaro certainly is a very, very good tag team competitor as well. So certainly one to be looked at if you are the Raw General Manager, The Rock, who, well, Cesaro just kicks out there. So definitely right now, these guys should be in contention to be a part of that Bragging Rights team for Monday Night Raw. But if not, obviously the United States Championship is another possibility, depending whether or not Rusev will defend. If not, he may be defending in the next coming episodes of Monday Night Raw. So let me know what you guys think. Who should be on Team Monday Night Raw? We know basically pretty much everybody but one for SmackDown. So John Cena, Alberto Del Rio. On the next episode of SmackDown, we will find out the third and final competitor there. It'll be a 6-man battle royal for the final place in that match. It is going to be crazy, so make sure you do not miss that one. But we need to know who's going to be the 3 men. Nobody is confirmed yet, so let me know in the comment section down below which 3 men should make up Monday Night Raw's Bragging Rights team to take on Team SmackDown. So let me know, and whether or not Rhyno or Cesaro should be a part of that team. So right now it's Cesaro with the upper hand. Rhyno is down, back to his feet now though. And no, Rhyno, oh, meets the uppercut there, and that's the famous uppercuts there by Cesaro that he's used many times to inflict a lot of damage on his opponents. He strikes them so dangerously right into the jaw in that chest region. It really takes the wind out of you and can really set you back quite quickly. And that's what Cesaro is all about. He does these powerful moves. He does these incredible feats of strength as well. And he can really just strike you so quickly, but with so much force that can really just surprise you. I mean, the guy, he's not that big of a human, but he's just utilizes his strength so well that he's really such a difficult competitor to really contend with right now. And Rhyno is probably learning that right now. Got a side headlock applied, trying to just kind of get himself back in this matchup, take some more control of it. And that's the veteran instincts there of Rhyno. Now, no doubt about that one. So, right now, Rhyno has him up. Oh! Takes down Cesaro. A chance to put him away here. Will he go for it? No, he won't. Picks up Cesaro again, but gets countered instead. So Cesaro obviously has been involved in the tag team division for a while now, but we're just starting to see him break away into the singles division. And mind you, he hasn't quite gotten there yet. He's got a few victories to go until we can start really calling him a legitimate competitor for a US Championship or even the WWE Championship later down the line. But Cesaro, he's just starting to break through. He's getting more and more opportunities here on Raw to showcase what he can do, and he's had some impressive victories, no doubting that. So he's very close. He just needs to get another victory here against Rhyno and pick up maybe another victory next week. And then hang on, all of a sudden it will be definitely Cesaro right in the mix. And hang on again, because here comes Rhyno off the top rope. Cesaro in real trouble, and the suplex off the top rope. And a chance to put him away right now, but Rhyno will not go for it. Instead, hang on, he's got Cesaro up and drives him down. And Rhyno has driven Cesaro down to the mat, and that could be enough to put him away. Not quite yet though, as Cesaro does kick out. And that's what Cesaro can do. He can kick out of the toughest and strongest moves. Cesaro is such a tough competitor to beat. Now a powerbomb, a sit-down powerbomb to follow it up. And that may be enough to put him away. And hang on, Rhyno is in the corner now. We know what's coming now. We know what's next. It is none other than the Gore. No! Cesaro countering. A huge counter there by Cesaro. Countering the Gore. The spear was coming. And Cesaro manages to evade and stays in this matchup with a fall-away slam. Well, Cesaro, that's what he can do. He knows how to counter all the moves in the book, and he can hit you back with just as much force despite taking a little bit of a beatdown. Cesaro so good. The clothesline there. So Rhyno trying to put Cesaro away right now. Here we go. If Cesaro needs to kick out, and he will. Stays in it. Rhyno probably felt as though he had Cesaro a little bit ago. He had Cesaro right in position for the Gore. He missed. Now it's Cesaro with the uppercut. Here we go now. And Cesaro, no, it doesn't quite get him. And he cannot believe it. He thought for sure that he had Rhyno beat with that flying uppercut. You know, picked him up, bang, with the uppercut. And now he's trying to hit the jugular. It is the neutralizer. Cesaro with a neutralizer, and Cesaro is going to pick up the upset win over Rhyno here on Raw. No, he kicked out. He got the shoulder up. And Cesaro Cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. How the hell did Rhyno get that shoulder up? Well, Rhyno is rejuvenated. He's reignited. He wants to be a champion once again. And he's willing to try and kick out of whatever he gets thrown at to try and stay in it and win that championship back in the future. Rhyno would love to be a champion right here on Raw once again. But Cesaro is really giving him a run for his money. It's going to be very, very difficult because right now, Rhyno is in a lot of trouble. Cesaro is really on top of this matchup right now. And here we go. Cesaro just rolling him over. What's he got planned here? Just stopping away on that arm. And that shoulder region, which of course will impact the Gore Spear later on, of course, if it does try and happen. I mean, if he can try and work away on those shoulder regions, that could, make Rhyno not go for it. I mean, if that shoulder is damaged, then Rhyno may not want to risk it. Oh, Rhyno might have been going for one of those Michinoku drivers instead. He gets swept off his feet there by Cesaro. A close encounter there for Cesaro. Another one of those drivers, and that might be enough to put Cesaro away. It's going to be very tough for him to come back from another one of those. But instead, it is Cesaro might be looking to put Rhyno away now. Maybe another neutralizer. Here we go again. Here we go again. Cesaro. Neutralizer to Rhyno. And he rolls him over. Surely that's going to be it. Rhyno. No, he kicked out again. Are you kidding me? How the hell did it kick out of the neutralizer again? Well, he truly is a man beast. This guy is unstoppable. He has taken a beatdown by the Swiss Superman, who is proving that he can go toe-to-toe with the best of the best. But Rhyno is proving that he can kick out of whatever you try and take him down with. And a double stomp there onto the chest of Rhyno. Now he's going to try and pick him up. He's got him up to his feet. Rhyno in a world of trouble. Surely one of those neutralizes for the third time. He cannot kick out of another one. Surely not. Cesaro now with the elbow strike there to Rhyno. But Rhyno hits back with a reversal of his own. Back and forth between these two men now. It's Rhyno who has Cesaro. He's got him from behind. And now he's going to pick him up. He's got him up with the shoulders. And here we go. Oh! The knee right to the midsection of Cesaro with a gut buster. And now Rhyno trying to pick Cesaro up. And cannot do it. Gets countered now. Face first, down goes Rhyno. Just when you thought he was going to build some momentum, Cesaro shuts it down. And that's why Cesaro is one of the fastest rising superstars here on Raw, because he can shut down anything. We know, we've seen Cesaro in the past. He's been one of the best we've seen in Universe Mode, but he wasn't able to try and, take that next leap to the main event spot. But now he's looking as though he is about ready to get back to that spot. But he has to get through Rhyno. And right now Cesaro doing everything he can to keep Rhyno down. But Rhyno just keeps getting back up. Cesaro's got a cut above the eyes. And now Cesaro gets countered there. Rhyno with a right hand to the midsection of Cesaro. Sends him down to the snap there. And now that side headlock. Rhyno just perhaps trying just to slow down Cesaro a little bit. I mean, Cesaro is just on fire. Rhyno just hasn't really had a chance to do much. Cesaro just keeps getting in his way and keeps battling away and stops Rhyno from really accomplishing any big moves. And now Cesaro trying to get back to his feet. Here comes the counter. A couple elbow strikes there to Rhyno's midsection. And now Rhyno going to be sent into the corner. Here comes Cesaro now. Well, this is real trouble now for Rhyno. You do not want to be here. Up on the top rope. Cesaro has Rhyno right where he wants him. And oh no. Here comes the suplex off the top. Cesaro with incredible strength, launching Rhyno across the ring. But now, Rhyno with the counter. Cesaro, hang on. Cesaro in trouble. Michinoku driver. Driven down through the mat. And now Rhyno. Is he going to steal it? Yes, he will. Well, he survives. Wow. I tell you what. He is one lucky man. Cesaro gave him an absolute run for his money. Stretched him to his absolute limits. And Rhyno just barely survives. Cesaro had the match won, but Rhyno, to his credit, he kept on kicking out, and in the end, he drove Rhyno down. It didn't have to be the goal tonight, but in the end, Cesaro just couldn't survive long enough, and Rhyno walks away as your winner. Great matchup between these two, and this will not be the last that we see of Cesaro against Rhyno, that is for sure. If Rhyno does become your next US champion, then Cesaro will be knocking down the door, chomping at the bit to get an opportunity at the title. If it won't be Rhyno, then look out, Rusev. Cesaro is coming, but nevertheless, it is going to be Rhyno up against Rusev next, you would assume. It just depends on when that match will take place. Will it be at Bragging Rights? Will it be on Monday Night Raw? We don't know just quite yet, but Rhyno is gunning for Rusev and the United States Championship. What a matchup between these two competitors. He returning Rhyno, impressing us every single time we see him in the ring. And of course, Cesaro, we know how good he really is. He is an absolute, well, he's an absolute superstar in the making. He is going to be one hell of a star in the future if given the opportunity. But Rhyno tonight comes away with the chocolates. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to move on to our main event. It is Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. So here comes the former WWE champion. It is Seth Rollins, and a man who is looking to recapture the championship against his opponent tonight, our champion Dean Ambrose, of course. But Seth Rollins, he's on a roll, ladies and gentlemen. A recent victory over Roman Reigns has put Seth Rollins in the box seat. Also picking up a win over Triple H as well has now given Seth Rollins really the #1 contendership spot. He is the next man in line to face Dean Ambrose for the championship, and tonight he gets a chance at Ambrose in a non-title match. Seth Rollins requested the matchup. The Rock agreed because The Rock wants Dean Ambrose at his very best for Bragging Rights. He knows how big of a match that is going to be. Dean Ambrose versus Kevin Owens in a champion versus champion match. So, well, The Rock is giving Monday Night Raw's best, Seth Rollins, a chance to give Dean Ambrose a match to keep Dean Ambrose in the fighting spirit and at his best. So here comes our champion, Dean Ambrose. What a matchup this is going to be. Ambrose and Rollins. A match that, well, arguably should have happened already for the championship, but has taken a while to happen. And we'll probably have to wait a little bit further because at Bragging Rights, Ambrose will be in action against Owens, as we just said. So Seth Rollins may be without an opponent at Bragging Rights. But we know Ambrose will be really looking to beat Kevin Owens once again and represent his brand accordingly, because he loves Monday Night Raw. He's had a lot of success here already, but he's also probably got a soft spot in his heart for Smackdown. I mean, he went to Smackdown and kind of, well, rejuvenated himself, reinvented himself, saved his career, if you will, at Smackdown. There was one point when he was on Raw for the first time that he couldn't really buy a match. He couldn't win anything. He and Seth Rollins had a number of battles there, and well, Seth Rollins was getting the better of him every single time, and Dean Ambrose wanted to go to SmackDown and wanted to get better, to come back and get his revenge on Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns, his former Shield brethren. He wanted to come back and get the better of them, and he did. He got the last laugh at WrestleMania, where he did pick up the win and won the WWE Championship on that night, and has held it ever since. Seth Rollins now, and these two men locking up once again. Rollins has been on a roll, though. He has been really, really good. He wants this championship back so badly, and he's going to be one tough opponent to beat, no doubt about that. So Ambrose is going to have to be on his very best, because if he is not, then his chances of walking away as champion against Rollins is very, very thin. I mean, Rollins is just, he is really looking the goods. He is back to his best. There was a period of time where I think Seth Rollins just fell away a little bit when he lost the championship, and then at WrestleMania, and probably at Extreme Rules as well. That couple-month period there, I think Seth Rollins just fell away a little bit from that top high standard, that unbeatable standard we knew and come to expect from Seth Rollins. But now that I think the fire has been lit back under him, and I think he is ready to go, and Dean Ambrose better look out, because I think Seth Rollins tonight is out to prove to Ambrose that he's good enough to come up against Ambrose, and is going to give him, well, perhaps a sneak peek of what to expect when these two meet for that WWE Championship in the future. Rollins now coming after to Ambrose, but it is Ambrose coming back with a couple of strikes. Rollins, though, from behind, and will take down Ambrose. So Dean Ambrose Royal Rumble winner, Intercontinental Champion, WWE Champion. What a year he's had in the past, 12 months especially. But Seth Rollins, United States Champion, longest running WWE Champion in the last year or so. He's really had one hell of a year as well. So two men are really on fire right now. It's going to be a great matchup when it does take place. But Rollins, I think if he does not beat Ambrose tonight, may have a little bit more to prove. I don't think The Rock will be willing to give Seth Rollins the match, because if he cannot beat Ambrose tonight, then what's to say he's going to beat him when the title is on the line? So this match really means everything for Seth Rollins right now and the future of Seth Rollins, and he gets taken down with a DDT. And obviously The Rock wants Ambrose in the best condition possible coming up against Kevin Owens in the future. Because at Bragging Rights, it's really all or nothing. We know 3 matches so far. Team Smackdown versus Team Raw. The Rock versus Edge. Champion versus Champion. Ambrose versus Owens. All 3 will be involved in the Bragging Rights competition. A couple more matches will be announced regarding Bragging Rights very soon. So it's very, very important that Ambrose is ready to go come Bragging Rights, because if he's not, then he may cost Raw the win. And if he costs Raw the win, then The Rock is going to stack the deck against you. In the limited time that he may have left, The Rock is going to do everything in his power to make your life a living hell. Just look what he's done with Dolph Ziggler and many others. If they're not doing the job The Rock wants them to do, then they certainly suffer a big punishment by our general manager. That's exactly what The Rock's just been all about. That's his style of managing. If you don't do what The Rock says, well, too bad. You're going to suffer the consequences. Now Seth Rollins trying to put Ambrose away. Kick out of 2 though. Ambrose okay so far. Seth Rollins though, now looking to get the upper hand in this one. Going to pick Ambrose up, grabs one leg and takes him down with a suplex. And back of that neck was, in a bad position there for Ambrose. Rollins really trying to take it to Ambrose right now. Rolls through and a big kick right to the button of Dean Ambrose. And that may be enough to keep Ambrose down for a 3 count. He's stunned right now. He's dazzled and dazed. Here we go. Rollins trying to put him away. Ambrose will power out of 2 though. Stays in it. And Seth Rollins now with a big right hand there to Dean Ambrose. Another one now. Here comes the kick. And wait a second. He hooks the arms. We know what's next. The pedigree. But Rollins cannot take advantage, can he? Oh, he's on one knee. He's back to his feet. Needs to go for the cover. Hooks the leg now. Ambrose, the champion, in real trouble. And he'll get the shoulder up. Perhaps Seth Rollins wasted a little bit too much time. And our champion, of course, is able to kick out. No doubt about that. But Rollins now has Dean Ambrose, and he'll send him down. So Dean Ambrose, our champion, ever since winning the championship, has kind of stepped into a new level. I mean, before winning the title, after winning the Royal Rumble, he couldn't really win a match. Since coming over to Raw again, when he left SmackDown, he really struggled. But ever since winning the championship, Ambrose has got back to his very best. And I think Ambrose is going to be one tough opponent to beat. Obviously, coming up against Kevin Owens and Bragging Rights, that's going to be one tough contest for Ambrose, because, Kevin Owens has beaten, Randy Orton recently. He's beaten Brock Lesnar. He's beaten everybody there is to beat. Kevin Owens, he's probably the #1 superstar right now in the company. Whereas Dean Ambrose, maybe WWE Champion, many would argue Kevin Owens is much better than Dean Ambrose. He's got a point to prove tonight, and he's going to try and do it. Thought he was looking for the dirty deeds there. Instead, Seth Rollins takes down Dean Ambrose and comes back with the counter. Now Ambrose takes down Rollins. Side headlock applied. Side headlock now to Rollins by Ambrose. And Rollins trying to get back to his feet. Slowly but surely. Trying to counter and get out of the predicament. Rollins now back to his feet. Gets away from Ambrose, and now will take him down with a snapmare. And a side headlock of his own. So what you can do, I can do better perhaps. Here by Seth Rollins. And that's what Rollins is really all about. Trying to prove that he's better than his opponent. Whether it be in his flashy, high-flying style, or just kind of, gritty, take you down, do what he has to do. Methodical, style as well. Rollins can really do it all. And now Ambrose going to send Rollins against the ropes. And he'll take him down with a big-time back body drop. And now you can see Seth Rollins is kind of dazed a little bit himself. And Ambrose trying to keep the pressure on Seth Rollins. And he's going to pick him up. And a suplex from behind. Rollins is in some trouble now. Ambrose might have a chance to put him away a little bit here, but he's certainly taking his time. Rollins trying to get back to his feet, and Ambrose is just going to keep him down with a kick. Going to try and get the cover here. Count of 1, there's 2, and no, wait. Wait a second. That's Kevin Owens! Wait a minute! Kevin Owens is here on Raw! Now the World Heavyweight Champion from Smackdown is here on Raw. What the hell's he doing here? Well, Smackdown's champion, the man who will meet Dean Ambrose at Bragging Rights, is here tonight on Monday Night Raw. Who the hell let him in? Who the hell decided to allow Kevin Owens to come out here? Who's playing his music? I mean, what the hell? Who's doing this? Kevin Owens now distracting Ambrose. Ambrose wondering what the hell is he doing here? Kevin Owens just talking some trash. And he's walking away now. Kevin Owens just walking away, just kind of sending a bit of a message to his opponent at Bragging Rights. And now, meanwhile, back in the ring, Rollins and Ambrose going after each other. Rollins with the drop kick, taking down Ambrose. And now Rollins might be setting up for something big here. The distraction by Kevin Owens. Now, the kick to the midsection, hooks the arms, the pedigree. You've got to be kidding me. Kevin Owens came here to do one thing and one thing only, and that is screw Dean Ambrose over. The pedigree, Rollins still decided to inflict a little further more damage to make sure that he's done enough to Ambrose here. Lines him up in the middle. Well, no, to the end of the ring. Hang on a second. Using the ropes. 2 feet on the ropes by Rollins, and he's cheats to win. Well, that's the icing on the cake, isn't it? Come on, Seth. What the hell was that? The distraction by Owens, the pedigree by Rollins, and now the cheating by Seth Rollins as well. The feet on the rope, and that is just screwing over Ambrose. Let's be honest. Dean Ambrose had no chance there. Seth Rollins, though, look, used his smarts. You know, he had an opportunity. He took it. Seth Rollins now picks up a win over Ambrose. You know, using the feet on the ropes or not, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, Rollins picks up the win and now has the upper hand on Dean Ambrose. And Kevin Owens, well, I guess you could say he's got the last laugh over Dean Ambrose. What a message he sent. Screwing over Ambrose, that is just going to make Ambrose one pissed off lunatic. And I don't know if Kevin Owens wants a lunatic coming after him at Bragging Rights. But nonetheless, Seth Rollins picks up the win. Bragging Rights, I tell you what, it's heating up, ladies and gentlemen. We got The Rock versus Edge, and we got Kevin Owens versus Dean Ambrose. Team Raw versus Team Smackdown. What a show it's going to be, and that's just the beginning. More matches to be announced very, very soon. Seth Rollins picks up the win here tonight over the WWE Champion. You just know he is ready for a title shot in the future, and hopefully he doesn't cheat next time to win the title. Now, that would be a travesty. But Seth Rollins, too good tonight for Dean Ambrose. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us again for another episode of Universe Mode. If you did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like. It would be great if we could hit, well, this is a big goal. To celebrate Bragging Rights, can we hit 15 likes? Can we do that? It's a crazy goal, I know, but let's get it done. Thanks guys for watching. See you next episode.